Oi gente, muito obrigada por estar aqui no nosso canal. Nós realmente temos grande gratidão por isso. Hoje nós vamos apresentar para vocês a cidade onde moramos em Colorado. Então sejam muito bem-vindos à cidade de Broomfield.
In the late 1800s, before Broomfield was Broomfield, the Front Range and the surrounding area were dotted by small farming communities that fed the mining towns of Louisville, Lafayette, and even the foothills of Boulder. They brought their crops and produce here to the grain elevators to get loaded onto trains to go to Denver and elsewhere. A small town grew up around the grain elevators and the railroad track. The Grange Hall behind me is one of the original buildings built in 1916. The small city was the stopping point for the stagecoach between Denver and Boulder. It would take 2 days to travel between Denver and Boulder by stagecoach. In 1884, the post office proposed the name Broomfield because of the broom corn that was grown in the area. Broom corn was resistant to grasshoppers, and it was a stiff, fibrous material that people used to make brooms, and thus the name Broomfield. Then there was something that happened after World War II that would change the history of Broomfield forever. This is US 36. It's also called the Denver-Boulder Turnpike. Before 1950, there was no direct route to go from Denver to Boulder. In 1950, they began construction here of the Denver-Boulder Turnpike, and it opened in 1952. It cost 25 cents to go from Denver to Boulder, and the toll booth was at Broomfield. Today, the Denver-Boulder Turnpike, US 36, is one of the most busiest traveled roads in Colorado. It's over 82,000 cars that travel daily on this road. How did that change Broomfield? There was only one place to get off between Denver and Boulder, and that was here, Wadsworth Boulevard, that eventually fed into Broomfield. We are driving in Broomfield Heights. This is the first community in Broomfield that was built in 1955. Homes at the time cost $12,000. They were small homes as compared to modern homes of today. Broomfield Heights reflects an era of construction after World War II with the rise of the suburbs. And one thing you can see about Broomfield Heights, is that the streets are not on a grid pattern, but they are curved. They were curved to follow the contour of Broomfield. If you look at old photos of Broomfield, there are very little trees. So a lot of the trees you see here are 50, 60 years old. Come along with us and see the interesting sights around Broomfield.
Aqui é o Parque dos Cachorros. Nos Estados Unidos é diferente do Brasil. No Brasil os cachorros são soltos, andam pela rua. Aqui não. Os cachorros são criados na casa, só saem para fora para fazer seu pipizinho e o número 2 E então eles têm esses parques onde os cachorros vêm, brinca, corre e tem sua vida social com outros cachorros e assim tira o estresse do animal. E isso é super importante para eles.
Interlocking, the high-tech industrial park here at Broomfield. It is on 963 acres, has over 3 million square feet of industrial area, and it also boasts of a 27-hole professional golf course. This is the great site of a dog named SHEP. When they constructed the turnpike in the early 50s, there was a dog that came up and hung out at the toll booth that was underneath Wadsworth Boulevard. The toll booth attendants fed him, kept him, and he came to become something of a mascot for those traveling between Denver and Boulder. They would stop at the toll booth, pay their toll, and say hi to SHEP, give him something to eat. He lived some 14 years there at the toll booth. When he died in 1964, they buried him off to the south of the turnpike. But when they did a reconstruction of the turnpike, they relocated his grave here to Train Depot here at Broomfield.